15-year-old found guilty after fatally shooting his best friend over a yo mama joke during sleepover in Pennsylvania.
Testimony continued today in the trial of 15-year-old Nolan Grove, accused of shooting and killing 12-year-old Kane Highland in Red Lion back in 2023.
Grove is being tried as an adult for third-degree murder. In the third day of testimony today, two expert witnesses took the stand. A forensic expert discussing Grove had gunshot residue on his sweatshirt and blue jeans.
A firearms expert told the court the gun did not have a faulty trigger and could not have gone off by accident. Two of Kane and Nolan's friends also testified, talking about Nolan showing them the gun on multiple occasions before the alleged shooting.
And the lead investigator on the case showed a previous interview with a 15-year-old who was there during the alleged shooting. In the video, he told police Nolan made a joke about Kane's mom. When Kane told him to shut up, that's when Grove took out the gun and said, "You know what will happen," as he pulled the trigger.
Testimony will continue tomorrow.
After 5 hours of deliberation, a York County jury has found 15-year-old Nolan Grove guilty of third-degree murder for the killing of 12-year-old Kane Highland 2 years ago in Red Lion. Fox 43's Matt Kleinens is covering the trial for us. He joins us now from outside the York County Courthouse with reaction from today's verdict.
Well, Evan, today there was a lot of tears and emotion inside the courtroom after a jury declared that Nolan Grove was guilty of third-degree murder for the shooting death of Kane Highland 2 years ago. The district attorney's office thanked the jury for their diligence during this case, while meanwhile Nolan's defense team was critical of today's ruling. 2 years after the death of 12-year-old Kane Highland, Nolan Grove has been convicted for his murder.
I've already talked to Nolan's family and told them to hang in there, that this isn't over yet.
On Tuesday, jurors in the case found the 15-year-old guilty of third-degree murder after shooting Kane in April 2023. The York County District Attorney's Office released the following statement on the ruling, saying, quote, "We appreciate the jury's diligence and hard work in reaching its verdict, and the victim's family for being with us throughout this process." They also credited the investigation by state troopers following the deadly shooting.
I was confident it was going to go in Nolan's favor until that question got answered.
During deliberations, the jury asked the judge whether Nolan's belief that the gun was unloaded was relevant. The judge instructed the jury that Nolan's actions could demonstrate malice if they find that he intentionally pointed the gun at Kane, even if he thought the gun was empty. Nolan's attorney, Farley Holt, believes that rule.
He did. Come on now. He pointed that gun at them.
Was a mistake.
Nolan, based upon his own actions in clearing the gun when they lost the bullet right before the shooting, when they had to look for it in the grass, believed the gun was cleared.
Despite the ruling, Nolan's team continues to insist that his actions were reckless, but not malicious.
All three of these boys, all being friends, all being young, all being, and I indicated during my closing argument, they all acted stupid.
They probably gonna give a manslaughter.
Now the judge scheduled Nolan's sentencing hearing for August 28th and also denied him bail after the verdict was announced. The defense team indicated that they were going to challenge today's conviction. Evan?
Fox 43's Matt Kleinens live in York. Matt, thank you very much.
Prior to that verdict being announced, Nolan looked more nervous than he ever has. He was actually biting his fingernails. And Kane's mother, I looked over at her and she was holding onto a necklace that she was wearing extremely tight. But once that verdict was read, it was Nolan's mother who actually burst into tears and actually left the courtroom altogether. I was able to catch up with Nolan's defense attorney after today's verdict. We asked specifically about closing arguments and statements made during them. One specifically when prosecutors implied that Nolan shot Kane to, quote, shut him up.
Shut Kane up by shooting his best friend in the back intentionally.
That was
that was what they were implying, and I think that whole theory is a bunch of hogwash.
Out of nearly 30 witnesses called to the stand, including Nolan himself, Farley G. Holt thought text shown to the jury when the other teen who was with Kane Highland and Nolan the day of the shooting would help his client's case.
To what had occurred, with no pressure, no afterthought, just his first impression was this whole thing was an accident.
But you painted him to be a liar in your closing.
Yeah, well, I think he did lie about some things.
He said they had full confidence things were going their way until jurors asked this question.
Whether or not it had any legal relevancy as to whether or not Nolan thought the gun was unloaded. I was confident it was going to go in Nolan's favor until that question got answered. Then my confidence quickly eroded after the answer to that question came out, and I realized that, you know, in our view, it was the wrong answer to give. Clearly, it did have relevance. It did have a lot of legal relevance.
Holt said although he wanted Nolan to get bail, ultimately he was not shocked that the judge denied the request.
He's maybe safer in New York County Prison than he is at his own home. You know, this has been a rough week for everybody involved. And you've heard the judge that he should have admonished the audience more than once about their behavior and what was going on between the two sides.
Now, it was right after the judge denied Nolan's bail that his mother burst into tears and ran out of the courtroom. She was then crying in the hallway for the rest of that moment. She did not see him get placed in those handcuffs. His sentencing is scheduled for August 28th at the moment. In York County, Sarah Metz, WGAL News 8.
Edmund Butler.
Testimony continued today in the trial of 15-year-old Nolan Grove, accused of shooting and killing 12-year-old Kane Highland in...
Bro, what's going on with this camera, dog? That's just bugged out, bro. I probably know what I need to do. Let me see. Yeah. Montana float. Y'all fuck with the Montana flow? I see some of y'all do. Appreciate it. For sure, for sure. It's just like, come on, man. Let me see. It ain't let me flip it. Unless, which way is horizontal? I don't know. This dude turned a ticket into a felony in 10 seconds. Copyright, 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 copyright.
Why you pulling me for it? For what? Y'all tripping, bro.
E-brake. No seatbelt. Nigga ain't got no seatbelt on in a drop top. Running from the police. On Facebook Live. After y'all done came to a complete stop and they got your license plate. Look at this nigga. At this point, he knew he fucked up.
Get your fucking hands up! I'm gonna shoot you! Get your fucking hands up! Both of them, I believe you have a gun! I believe you have a gun! I don't have a gun! Fucking reach! Put your hands on top of your head! Bro, if you put your fucking hands down, I'm gonna shoot you! Y'all see this shit?
Nigga said y'all see this shit. Nigga, yes we see it. You're a dumbass. The fuck? Nigga, you're running from the police with no seatbelt on, bro. And then you gonna reach for your phone as they're telling you to put your hands up. You wanna get shot, nigga. Stupid. Ain't nobody gonna cry for you, nigga. Ain't nobody gonna cry for that nigga.